Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Sean.
Hi, Sean. I'm Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Miss Sarah.
Oh, it's great to meet you, too. So I'm an OT, and today I wanted to spend a little bit of time with you to see how strong you are and how well you can do certain movements. Does that sound okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. So first we're going to do a little mimicking game where I'm going to do some different movements, and I want you to watch me carefully and then do what I do. Does that sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So, can you do this? Very good. Can you do this? Good job. Can you do this? Oop, does yours look like mine?
Oh.
Good job. Can you do this? Good job. Now, have you ever done the itsy bitsy spider?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So this is kind of like the itsy bitsy spider, but just watch me carefully, okay? Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Can you do that?
I don't get it.
Let's do it together.
Okay.
So start like this. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Good job, Sean. Let's do some more games now.
Okay.
So first, I want you to be Superman.
I love Superman.
Oh, that's awesome. So I want you to lay on your belly, have your arms out straight and your legs out straight, and hold it for as long as you can, okay?
Okay.
Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Good job, Sean. You're doing great, Sean. You look like Superman.
I can't do it anymore.
Wow, you did so great. Now we're going to do one more game where I want you to get tight in a ball like an egg, okay?
Okay.
So you're going to bring your knees to your chest and your arms crossed and try and stay up like this, okay? Keep rolled tight. Hold it for as long as you can.
Okay. Like this?
Looks good. Good job, Sean. Very good. You're doing great.
I can't do it anymore.
You did great. Well, I had so much fun hanging out with you today.
Oh, no more games?
No more games.
Oh.
But maybe we'll get to play some games another time.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Sarah.
Thank you, Sean. So to summarize my assessment with Sean today, first we'll begin with his prone extension. So Sean assumed the prone extension position very well. He was able to lift his head and his arms, his upper trunk simultaneously, and he assumed that position well. He extended his legs and he held it for 39 seconds, which is above average for a 6-year-old. So I did notice at about 30 seconds, his muscles started to fatigue, but he didn't compensate by dropping his arms or legs. He just shook a little bit and then he dropped it at 39 seconds. So he is above the descriptive category average for a 6-year-old. For supine flexion, Sean was able to assume the pose again. He flexed his head down, his trunk, and he kept his upper and lower extremities off the ground while laying on his back. And he held that pose for 34 seconds, which is slightly below the average for a 6-year-old. But again, he didn't compensate at all. He didn't let his shoulders drop. He didn't, wobble to side or side. The quality of his position was very good, and then he just said, I can't do it anymore, and dropped at 34 seconds. So he is, again, slightly below age 6 for the supine flexion. As for Sean's motor praxis, he did 3 of the movements completely well on his own after I modeled for him, and then 2 of them I did, after I demonstrated for him, and then 2 of them I did have to model. So the quality of his movements, the fluency of his response is pretty good. He watched me, and then it took him only about a second to respond. So for movement number 1, he crossed midline correctly. For movement number 2, he just thought about for a second, did it correctly. For movement number 3, he at first grabbed his hand, and so then I modeled for him. I said, does yours look like mine? And he corrected himself. So then he did movement number 4 correctly, the crossing of midline. For the itsy bitsy spider, he did hesitate a bit. So he was confused, tried to figure out himself, but he verbalized. He said, I can't do this. So I modeled, and we did it at the same time together. And then he was able to correct himself. So I would say he's above an age 6. He got more than 50% correct because he did 3 completely well. I'd say he's at about an age 7 since I did have to help him and model for him. But yeah, Sean did great.